Gulf so important? Some people think that it is just a body of water. We can always get new water, right? Well, that's wrong. Not only is that nearly impossible, it would cost tons and tons of money. The Gulf has many different uses, and it stretches all across the southeast coast of the United States. It is a cruise ship port out of Galveston. It is used as a beach for many states along the coast. There's many different kinds of marine wildlife located in the Gulf waters, as well as oil rigs and so many jobs that the Gulf offers to people with careers on the water. On Wednesday, April 21st, 2010, an oil rig belonging to BP Amoco in the Gulf of Mexico exploded, releasing tons of gallons of oil into the water. Today is July 15th, and they have still not completely stopped the oil from pouring into the Gulf. The oil has already killed many animals and has gotten people laid off their jobs. The oil has already reached the borders of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and parts of Texas and Florida. They are also worried about it getting into the marshes of Florida. Employees of BP Amoco and regular citizens of the United States have tried many different plans to stop the oil from gushing out, but nothing is seeming to work that great. We need to put a stop to this catastrophe and do whatever we can to save the wildlife in the waters, and give the people that have been laid off their jobs a place to work again, and get the oil that is washed up onto the beach out of people's way. Growing up, my favorite animal was always a dolphin. When people would ask me why I liked the dolphins so much, I would reply with, "They swim so freely in the ocean, and I like how they always swim with their families." How do you think the dolphins are now in the Gulf? They can no longer swim freely in the ocean without getting caught in the oil. Not only have the dolphins been affected by this oil spill, all the animals and marine wildlife who have made their homes in the Gulf have too. Think about being a shrimper on the water. Your whole life, all you wanted to do was catch shrimp and other fish because you grew up doing it with your dad. Of course, every child wants to be just like their parents when they get older. One day, you are out on your boat doing the job that you love, and a few weeks later, you get a call from your boss saying that you have been fired because the oil has filled the Gulf. How would you react? And how would you support your family financially? My first reaction would be to blame BP for all of this, and that is exactly what people are doing. When I first heard about this oil rig explosion, it did not really hit me as that big of a deal. After hearing different things on the news, the papers, magazines, and also from my peers, it made me feel very sorry for not only the animals that were being affected by this, but by the innocent people who work for BP, and also the people who have all lost their jobs because of the struggle to stop the oil from spilling out into the Gulf. It has also made me feel very thankful that my family and I are not being affected too much by this. It also made me start to think twice about how I sometimes complain about how hard my life can be, because it could always be worse. I could be that dolphin who has died by getting caught in the oil, or the dolphin who has lost his family, or the shrimper who has lost his job and has no way to support his family any longer. The oil spill must be stopped immediately. It hurts me inside to think that so many species of animals and people are being affected by this, and I cannot do anything about it but pray and contribute to the cause by sending dog hair or human hair to facilities that are collecting these items for the absorption of oil. Joseph Addison once said, "True benevolence or compassion extends itself through the whole of existence and sympathizes with the distress of every creature capable of sensation." We need to do whatever we can to help the animals and people who are being affected by this tragedy.
Hi.